Hello, everybody, and welcome to ReelQuick episode 85. This is just me and Cam this week. Seth is visiting some family, and George is over in Greece, the country, not the movie set. And we're going to be doing just us two, doing a draft today. Best women-led films of all time. We're going to be, since it's just us two, we're going through 10 rounds here, so there's going to be 20 total picks to make up for the fact that we are missing some lads.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 rounds. So,
yeah, that works for me.
10 rounds. Yeah, it's going down. So this is recommended, of course, by our patron Glue2321. So check out the description down below our Patreon page. There's tiers for everyone, ranging from, some awesome cool perks for the entry level, as well as going all the way up to being able to get some amazing perks. So go check that out. Also, ReelTokPodcast.com in the description down below. We have merch over there. We're going to have some new stuff. I don't know. By the time this comes out, we might even have some new stuff up there already regarding some upcoming releases. So go check out ReelTokPodcast.com. And, of course, hit that subscribe button. Follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Rate us 5 stars. It helps us out a ton. But, yes, let's get into our draft. So Seth and I yesterday recorded a ReelQuick that might be time traveling for the listener, because I think that ReelQuick might be coming out for this ReelQuick. So
after
the one I did with Seth, I think is already going to become, for the people listening that has already heard this. So what Seth and I did is, since it was just us two, we didn't do a snake draft. So I'd be down to not do one, do one. What do you think? Should we snake it still with us two, or should we just go back?
I am always pro snake.
Okay.
I'm always a snake draft.
Okay, then I figured you say that, so let's stick with the snake draft then. So you're going to get the first pick here. So best women-led film of all time for Cam Walsh.
Well, first off, shout out Glue, because his name's Grant. He's the guy who gave me a fossil when I was at the Children's Museum. Yeah. So shout out him. I was very thrown off when that happened, but shout out him. To start us off, I'll go with Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Right. It's fair. And then
no.
What
is a snake draft? So you got first. Now it's me, and then I get two.
My bad. Yeah. For some reason, I thought I was second, but you haven't picked yet. Yeah. No.
Yep. All right. Yeah. Women-led films, I feel like, can kind of like. So I 100% agree. Silence of the Lambs is a women-led film with Clarice. But like obviously,
what's his name for supporting? Didn't he?
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins, yeah, that guy. No, very okay actor, him.
Yep, but I think there's some other examples that are like maybe a little blurry if it's women.
La La Land does not count.
Yeah, that's not on my list. Don't worry. All right. But it's like when Seth and I did a draft of the best black and white films. We were like, Raging Bull. It has like 30% of the scenes in color, 70% black and white. Is that a black and white film? So there's stuff that blurs.
Oppenheimer. Thrown on Oppenheimer.
True, honestly. My first pick, I'm gonna go with Alien, one of my favorite movies ever. Sigourney Weaver.
I knew you'd take that.
Yep.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. And it's back to me because we're snaking it this time. I will follow up Alien with. I'll follow it up with Fargo, another one of my favorites.
Damn you! I didn't think you'd like Fargo. I thought you didn't like the Coen brothers.
That's like the one exception of a movie of theirs I like.
Yeah, you suck for that.
Yeah.
All right. So second pick, I'll go with Aliens.
Yeah. I was not going to be
my favorite of the two. So I'm glad we each got our favorites of the two. There's one that I rate like super highly, but I think me even just saying this just gives it away. So I'll just pick it now, which is fine. I'm going to take Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted that as like a steal, but then I thought I gave it away by saying like I rate it highly. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, when I was going through my list, I didn't even write that one down to prep for it, but it's 100,000% a woman-led film. But for some reason, it's just like when I was scrolling through my movie list real fast, it didn't like register.
I'm a little bummed I didn't wait on it then, because that's definitely one you can grab in like the 8th round. And people will love it, but if you grab it in the 3rd, they're going to be like, such an overrated film.
Yeah.
Not that good. People have switched on that movie.
Yeah, they definitely have. All right, I get back to back here. I'm going to go with hope he's having a good time in Greece. Shout out George, but we're going to go Arrival.
Arrival.
Keep his spirit alive while he's gone. And
like
then I guess I think this one can be kind of a shout out for Seth. I have a couple on here that are more Seth films, but I don't even know if he said he loved this film, but I feel like we've like made it a thing that it's like a movie he loves, Black Swan. Like
he loves Black Swan. He loves Black Swan.
Because I feel like we never hear him talk about it, but I feel like I've heard like me, you, or George talk about several times.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Seth loves this.
No, yeah, he loves it. He does. I think it's a 5 out of 5. Might be a high 4.5 for him. He does really like that movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go a little crazy here. Get into the animated universe a little and go with Inside Out.
Yeah. Riley.
I think Inside Out's a great one. Yeah, Riley, and then also like what's Amy Poehler? She's happiness, right?
Yeah, like the main emotion kind of running the show.
Yeah. And then I get another right.
Yep.
We'll shout out Greta Gerwig. Go with Lady Bird.
Yep.
One of my favorites. My favorite Greta Gerwig, I would say.
Lady Bird off the board. I'll go with The Hunger Games Catching Fire.
Damn you. Arg.
We had a debate of Jennifer Lawrence the other day with what's bigger, Hunger Games or X-Men. I feel like the argument can be made for both, but X-Men is not a woman-led film, whereas The Hunger Games is.
By no means is it. And also, I gave up on that as soon as I was like, wait a minute, I definitely am wrong about this. But damn, I love Catching Fire, man. So good.
Yeah, Catching Fire, and then I will throw it back with a Greta Gerwig of my own with Little Women, which is my favorite Gerwig. So shout out Greta Gerwig, becoming the first female director to cross $1 billion in live action, as well as also now being the highest grossing female director of all time, because I believe Frozen 2 was a female director, but I think Barbie's past that now. So shout out Greta Gerwig.
Yep. Frozen 2, which, by the way, supreme decline from the first Frozen. I'll say it.
So it doesn't follow the Mamma Mia to Mamma Mia 2 path.
No, Mamma Mia 2 is so peak. Next up, I'm going to go with... I have a bunch, but I don't know. Actually, yeah, I like this movie. It definitely deserves to be picked in this draft, even though I don't think it's a votes pick because that common person has not seen it. I'll go with Portrait of a Lady on Fire. It's on Hulu. If you're watching this, go watch that movie. It's very, very good. And then I will go with shout out Aaron Sorkin. We'll go with Molly's Game. I don't know. Bad time to give him a shout out, but
is Aaron Sorkin in Hot Water?
No, just bad because like he's a dude and we're doing women led film.
Gotcha.
Shout out Jessica Chastain as well. My bad.
What was the pick you said right before Molly's Game again?
Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Yeah, Portrait of a Lady on Fire. I still need to see that.
It's great. It's really great. I think that's another 5 out of 5 for Mr. Seth. It's a 94 out of 100 for myself.
I think it might be a 5 out of 5 for George also. All right, so my next pick is kind of like, for me, the most shocking movie that I'm the only one to have seen and rated it on the ReelTok podcast. Neither three of you have, and I feel like this is an incredibly classic film by an incredible director, and that's Thelma and Louise. And I'm shocked that none of you have seen it. That's it. It's Ridley.
Never seen it.
I think it's Ridley Scott's. The classic debate. It's not an underrated film, but it's like his most under talked about. Obviously, Ridley Scott has like a crazy filmography, but no one ever talks about Thelma and Louise, even though everyone knows the ending because like Family Guy did it, and like the whole. Yeah.
I've never seen it though.
Yeah, I really love it. And then I'll follow that up with a classic early 2000s movie, Mean Girls. Shout out Rachel McAdams.
Oh, that's a good pull.
Yeah, I don't know if that was her start, but it was certainly the movie that made her pop off.
Yeah. Where am I at? Is this 8, 9, 8?
Yeah, 8 and 9. Yep.
8, 9. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm at. So I have one 5 out of 5 left, but I know you're not taking it. I don't think Little Miss Sunshine doesn't count, right? I don't think that counts.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider it.
I'm going to go with The Edge of 17 to start us off, or to throw one in there, because I absolutely love it. I don't know if it's very good for picks or for votes, but I really do love The Edge of 17. Which, by the way, we haven't done a draft in a while, because I definitely haven't tweeted like I didn't get ignore me. We did that one I missed, but I didn't get a graphic from George.
No,
so.
you are in general mostly right though, because I was looking at like our playlist on YouTube the other day. I'm like, have I been forgetting to add the drafts lately to playlists? I'm like, no, we just haven't done the draft in ages.
Yeah. Ooh. I liked this movie a lot. I'll throw it out there. Maybe it does well. Maybe it doesn't. That's Erin Brockovich. Who's the fuck? Give me the name. Give me who plays her.
It's literally on tip of my tongue. I'm like looking at her face in my head.
I know. I can see it, and that's horrible podcast. I got it. It's horrible podcasting. It's mine. Julia Roberts. Yeah. God damn it. Great movie, by the way. I watched that with my wife the other day, or not the other day, probably at this point, a year ago. But great movie.
I will go with. Wait. So it's my back-to-back last two picks now because I have 9 and 10. Okay.
Yeah. Last two.
I'll give. I want to make this a well-rounded list, so my next two are going to cover some things that I'm having blind spots in my whole list right now. So I'm going to go Coraline to give animation a shout-out.
Okay.
And then we'll give movies not in the English language a shout-out. Denis Villeneuve's Incendie.
Okay. Perfect. So my last one is going to be it's a 5 out of 5 for me, but not for anyone else. And I also saw Kevin, Mr. K Meeks, slander this on Twitter earlier today. Bad take, but Promising Young Woman will be my final pick. I don't think like 90% of the 99% of the world has not seen it, so it doesn't really matter for votes. But I do really like it. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, same with Incendie. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like some people, I don't know. I love Promising Young Woman. I know Riley loved Promising Young Woman. So I guess I don't get the slander. I get it's pretty like a visceral movie that could be polarizing, I guess, but because it is so like intense with like what its messaging is, but still, I don't know. Great movie.
Yeah, I get you.
Would you have considered Rogue One a female-led movie? I feel like
I would have.
Yeah,
I would have.
I feel it's like 60-40 between what's her name and Diego Luna
and Andor. I couldn't give you. Man, we're doing real bad with names today.
Well, that's why I was gonna say why like Rogue One is making me feel less like it's a woman-led movie, even though it totally is. Yeah, Felicity Jones, because like then Andor of course got like a whole spin-off, and like so like that's why I'm like, oh, it was like a Diego Luna movie.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I wouldn't have picked it, but I would have considered it. I know you like it. I know you enjoy that movie.
There's obviously a ton of movies we left off, but I think the one that a lot of people are going to be like most like upset that's not picked was Kill Bill. I feel like it's like a classic like woman-led movie that people love. The Kill Bill movies. I actually haven't even seen the Kill Bill movies. It's like the only Tarantino I haven't seen.
I have it a 91 out of 100, and I didn't go lower on my rating with any of my movies. So, like, I personally don't think it was snubbed, but it is a very good movie, very well-known, women-led, definitely a vote pick.
So, Cam's 10 picks were Silence of the Lambs, Aliens, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Inside Out, Lady Bird, Portrait of a Lady on Fire, Molly's Game, Edge of 17, Erin Brockovich, and Promising Young Woman. My picks were Alien, Fargo, Arrival, Black Swan, Catching Fire, Little Women, Thelma and Louise, Mean Girls, Coraline, and Incendie. So I'm sure we'll post something on Twitter with a graphic for this. So make sure you go and vote who got the best on Twitter, as well as just commenting down below who you think won this draft and letting us know what your favorite women-led film of all time is, or just something that you think has just majorly been snubbed from our list of 20. Shout out again to Glue2321 for recommending this one from our Patreon. Check that out in the description down below. And of course, if you're still listening to this, make sure you have followed us on Spotify so you can know when we have new stuff, as well as giving us a 5-star rating to help us climb the charts and make this podcast continue to grow. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you in the next one.